Good evening, and welcome to A Christmas Show with Sheila K. Adams and Michael Reno Harrell. Sheila K. and Michael Reno are nationally acclaimed storytellers and musicians that warm the hearts of audiences through their magical mix of Christmas stories and songs. Here is a brief sample of a recent show.
Howdy do.
Hey. Well, we don't need a translator, do we?
No, we don't.
The way this thing sort of got started was me and Sheila K. sitting around chewing the fat and playing music, and I was up at her place, and I said, play something that sounds like the mountains, and she started playing an old tune called Frosty Morn. And I said, we ought to write a song about the mountains, maybe a Christmas song.
And I said, we'll get around to that, I'm sure. And he said, no, right now.
Smoke on the mountains and frost on the trees, tires on gravel and home on the breeze. There ain't no place that I'd rather be. I'm a-going home for Christmas. Around the hill and across the creek, the air's so cold it'll burn your cheeks. I've been gone a year, I'm gonna stay a week. I'm a-going home for Christmas. Out the window, see the frosty morn. I'm going back to the mountains where I was born. My nose is cold, but my heart is warm. I'm a-going home for Christmas. Young'uns in the bed with the radio on, listening to an old Christmas song. Santa Claus coming and it won't be long. I'm a-going home for Christmas. I guess in the early falls when I first heard about it, late summer. And we were all excited, you know, because one of ours had made the big time and got the biggest folk award you could get. And so I called Sheila K. and I said, "What do you get with that?" She said, "Well, they give you a nice gold pen,
Yep.
and a plaque
Made out of marble.
Made out of marble and engraved with her name."
Yep.
And which is nice, you know. I asked her, could you sneak my name on it? And she said, I don't think so. It's too late.
And they give you a little check, too.
A little check. Right after they give her that check, the government shut down for 2 weeks.
Well,
now, y'all know, of course, where Sheila K's from. She's from a place in Madison County called Sodom, right?
Yep.
Sodom.
Called Sodom.
Maybe I shouldn't ask this, but what do they call people from Sodom?
Family.
So my people are from right here in Buncombe County. We're from the other end of the county, though. We're from a place near Candler called the Milk Sick Cove.
Milk Sick Cove.
There's a mailing address, ain't it?
That's almost good as Sodom, Milk Sick Cove. I wonder why they named it Milk Sick Cove.
I think there's a lot of lactose intolerant people there. A lot of Baptists?
A lot of Baptists over in Sodom. There was Free Will Baptist, Regular Baptist, Hard Shell Baptist, Plain Old Baptist, Primitive Baptist, Progressive Primitive Baptist. Then there was Foot Washing Baptist, Holy Rolling Baptist, and then there was Buzzard Baptist. Buzzard
Baptist. Where do you get Buzzard Baptist?
Buzzard Baptist would be a Baptist that only goes to church when there's a funeral, and so they called them Buzzard Baptist. And that's gospel truth. They really did. And it's been a long time ago. I was 9 years old, so that's been about 40, That's right, Sheila. Fudge a little bit here. That's been about 51 years ago when they first started the Christmas pageant, thereabouts. But the funniest thing that happened was the look on Joseph's face when that little mule whipped around and bit him on the right buttock. And when a mule bites you, it will not let go till it's thundering, and that was in December. They put Leo White in charge of creating a contraption that would bring an angel down from the third curve behind the courthouse, down from Corkscrew, flutter around the side of the courthouse, and come to a shimmering stop right there in front of the manger scene, raise its sacred hand and say, "Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy." And Leo White went to work, our rocket scientist did, and he designed a steel cable strung along on posts that went down through there, that actually the angel was going to be able to slow down their progress down that steel cable with a little handbrake. Now, Marshall went all out. They bought 10 yards of the prettiest light blue double knit polyester material that you could imagine an angel might want to wear. And they had the best seamstress in town sew up an angel outfit that really looked like an angel outfit. So I looked up at Isaac Gunner and I said, "Well, what do you reckon?" He rolled that back across into the other cheek, spit, said, "Looked like to me that angel had somewhere else it needed to be in a hurry." And that's a true story.
Well, I'll give you more information than you require here. I was conceived in North Carolina and born in Tennessee, so I'm bilingual. The girls in the home ec class went to work making costumes for the major characters, and of course Mary, they just made a simple, white sort of gown for her. That was nice. Dressed Joseph up pretty good, but man, they went all out on the Three Kings. They went down there to Knoxville to some fabric store, and that green felt like you buy to put on your lamp so it won't scratch up your end table? They had a sale on that stuff. They bought 60 yards of it. They made the most magnificent robes for the three wise men you can ever, and made them hats with the feathers sticking out the top and the shoes that turn up on the end. And now you ladies may probably remember this, they used to make this contraption that they called the Bedazzler. And what the Bedazzler was is you could take rhinestones and put like your name on your jeans or whatever. They bought all the Bedazzlers at the Kmart hat and put rhinestones all over the front of the wise men's. As a matter of fact, they look like the three wise men from the Grand Ole Opry. I'm telling you, it was beautiful. East Tennessee wasn't big sheep country, but they managed to round up about 12 or 13 good-looking sheep, and nobody had loaned them a cow, though, so they just, I guess it's because it's East Tennessee, we wound up with a javelina hog. But that was good. Of course, your main characters in any nativity is you Joseph and you Mary, so right away that's just a popularity contest right there. They got the captain of the football team, big, tall, good-looking guy, and he was 27, I believe. He was the only guy in the high school that could grow a beard too, so that worked out good. And then the Virgin was played by the head cheerleader, which I remember that week of the elections in senior English, the word for the week was irony. Here come Joseph dragging Mary up on her ass there, and they come up to the hotel there, and Evan comes out, and he says, biggest weekend of the year in Bethlehem, and you don't call ahead for reservations.
When Joseph was an old man, and an old man was he courted Mary, sweet Virgin Mary, the Queen of Galilee. Joseph and Mary, they went walking in an orchard so green, where there were berries and there were cherries as thick as could be seen.
Anyway, here it is. What you gonna call the baby? The Prince of Peace or the King of Kings? Mary, what you gonna call the baby? Mary said Jesus is the baby's name. Mary said Jesus is the baby's name.
And someday I'll come home forever, if it's only to rest upon that hillside, and the love for this land will ever burn in me. And with my dying breath, I'll sing, remember, every single one of them.
Thank y'all so much. Shelia K. Adams.
Michael Reno Harrell.